Hey everyone. Okay, so I know that trying to figure out how to use titles is probably one of the most tiring and difficult as well as confusing things to do. So I'm here and I'm going to help you figure out what the right title to use is and for which type of video. First of all, there's no right answer to this. I find a whole kind of testing of the waters game. You have to kind of figure out which title would go well with what you're working with. Go through the titles that are already available for you in Final Cut Pro X. There's a million okay, there's not a million, but there's a lot of titles and you can scroll through them, play around with them, just figure out what looks nice for your video, because at the end of the day, you want your video to have an aesthetic kind of nice appearance to it. People like to watch things that have good flow, just visually pleasing images. The first thing that I suggest you do, go through your clips, see what kind of theme you're doing, and then based off of that, figure out what kind of title you want to use. The second thing I would suggest is figuring out how long you want titles to run for. Generally, titles run for about 5 to 8 seconds long because that's how long it takes a person to read a word. Now, you wouldn't want to be talking about something and just having the title just in front of my face. No, you don't want that. You want something that just stays on the screen for about 5 to 8 seconds and then goes away. So that's the second thing I would suggest. Timing. Again, if you're working with something different, like let's say you're doing a vlog, for example, and you're trying to show your audience what you're eating. Now, you wouldn't want to keep it there for 3 or 7 seconds. You want to keep it a little bit longer so that people can actually see what you're eating and then, maybe they try it out themselves. So that's the second thing I suggest. The third thing I suggest is just play around. Have fun with it. Don't think too much on what title looks good and which one works well with what. Just have fun, unless you're in a deadline. Then I would suggest taking your time to do it, beforehand, figure out what titles work best, and then go with it. And then the last thing, just be happy with it. Make everything flow and it's gonna look awesome. There's so many different options for titles. You could have something where you're acting like an anchor for a news show, kind of like right now. I feel like a news anchor. Or you could be doing something really cool and fancy like this. Or you could do something simple and just have a blinker. So it all depends on what really makes the most sense to you and what you like the best. Let's do a really, really quick tutorial on how to figure out where to place titles and what to do. So I'm just going to show you really fast right now. So the first thing we're going to do is find the area of the clip that we are going to work with. So I want to work with this little section right here. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the titles menu as we saw earlier before, which is right here by the T. And I'm just going to pick something random that I mentioned, which is a blinker, but I actually meant to say highlight. And that's located in the build in, build out section. Now, as you know, there's so many options. You can click on 3D. You can click at 3D cinematic. You can click on credits. There's just so many options that are available. But I'm going to go to the build in, build out, and I'm going to click on the highlight feature, which is right here. Now, sometimes you can even scroll through and you can see a preview of the clip. So like this, pretty cool. And I'm just going to click on it so the whole clip gets highlighted, and I'm just going to click it and drag it. And as you can see, as I'm doing that, it's dragging to my timeline. So I'm just going to drop it in here. And there you have it. It's already there, but I want to shorten it because I don't want it so long, because I just want it to end right here. So I'm just going to extend it and, well, actually de-extend it and make it right there. And there's my clip. All right, guys, I really hope this helped you out. At the end of the day, remember, you want to make a video that's appealing to your audience. So play around, test it out, and let me know what works best for you. I hope this video helped you out. I'm Shruti Shekhar, and I hope you keep watching for more videos.